Let's talk about the law of attraction, the most powerful law in the universe. The law of attraction states, that which is like unto itself is drawn. This is a powerful truth. And when you can come to understand this law right here and start to use it in your everyday life, wow, the things that can happen, the massive improvement, the massive gain, the joy and the fulfillment. See, Master, you've been using the law of attraction your whole life, whether you know it or whether you don't. But you are going to be armed when you leave this videotape today. You're going to be leaving this video understanding the law of attraction. You've probably already heard of it, haven't you, Master? See how smart you are? You already heard of the law of attraction. That which is like unto itself is drawn. Here's what the law of attraction means. It's the most powerful law in the entire universe. It means this, that like frequencies always come together in the video game. It's law. That means that whatever you're being, whoever you are, you're attracting more of it. When you're crabby, you attract crabby situations. When you're happy, you attract happy situations. It's law. See, the law of attraction states that you cannot feel lonely all day and attract a mate. The frequencies don't match up. The law of attraction states that you cannot feel broke and upset about money and attract millions of dollars. The frequencies do not match up. And the law of attraction states that you cannot feel fat all day and attract a slender body. The frequencies don't match up. What would you like me to do about it? So the law of attraction. How great is it to know it? Wow. The law of attraction states that if you can keep your attention, Master, this is a fact, on the thrill of abundance, and you can do it long enough until it becomes a dominant thought in your thought system, the universe must yield it to you. It's law. There's no way around it. Practice, Master. Get your attention on the thrill of abundance. You know your attention's going 24 hours a day, right? 7 days a week. Your attention's on something. As you're dressing yourself in the morning, is your attention on something? Yes. While you're in the shower, maybe in a later episode, we'll have a shower scene. That's always interesting. Your attention's on something. While you're washing dishes, your attention is on something. Here's the trick. Learn to get your attention on the things that you choose to have come into your life while you're going through your day-to-day activities. Whether you're washing clothes, or whether you're ironing, whether you're doing yard work, whether you're at your job, always be your attention on the things that you choose. And if you can do that long enough, the universe will have to yield it to you. It must. I love it so much. So what are we going to do? We're going to learn what to put our attention on. So what do you choose, Master? What do you choose in your life? So make a short list of the things that you choose and start saying to yourself, I'm only going to pay attention to this, and this. I'm going to pay attention to money's coming to me, abundance is coming to me. I'm going to pay attention to there's love in my life. Maybe you choose a new car. Get your attention on it, Master. Start seeing it. If it's a new car that you choose, every time you see that car that you choose, point to it, say, that's mine right there, I see it. Maybe you get a picture of it and hang it up on your mirror, and every time you look at it, say, it's coming. When your friends, you can use this in your conversations. Remember, your conversations with others has your attention on it. Remember, you can't get away from this. Your attention is always on something, so when you're conversating with someone, your attention's on someone. Hello. Your friends call, how you doing? I'm doing fine. What are you doing? They always want to know. Everybody wants to know what you're doing. 24 hours a day, what are you doing? That's why people call, hey, what are you doing? Well, if you must know, I'm focused on the things that I choose. You can say, I'm focused on getting this new car that I'm getting. I just saw it. I looked at it in a magazine. I'm enthused about it, And your attention starts to go to that. And if you can keep your attention on it long enough, it must be there for you. This can be a lot of fun. So, you can decide, Master. You're going to remember your manifestation is what it is. And you can change your manifestation, pre-manifestation, or post-manifestation. It doesn't matter. If a thing is in your life that you no longer choose, you can change it. If there's something you choose to draw into your life, you can draw it into your life. There's no question about that. Your job is to get paying attention to the things that you choose so you can have it. It's going to take practice because you're going to catch yourself. You're going to walk outside and you're going to say, I don't feel good in your mind. Oh, my back hurts today. And you're going to say, I remember that Coach's Corner. And I remember him saying that if I'm paying attention to that, the universe has to yield me that like frequencies bring themselves together. And I don't choose to have my attention on me not feeling good. And if you practice this over and over, and you get in the car and you'll be sitting at the red light, And you'll notice what your attention goes to. Does it go to the pile of bills that you have? Does your attention go to the fact that maybe your relationship's not working out? That's a good subject to come to, relationships. What happens in relationship is that each other are creative. When you're in a relationship, you're creating that person being like that. So when you're talking on the phone, your friends call up, hey, how you doing? And you say, well, my spouse is such an ass. He's such a dickhead. Well, what would you like the universe to do? The universe is going to deliver you a big dickhead. It must. You said so. You asked for it. You chose it. You emotionalized it. You told your friends. And then the universe will deliver it to you. So be careful of what you're saying about your spouse. For God's sake, it's your spouse. How about get behind him and say something nice about him 5 seconds? Maybe they'll turn out better. But what happens in a relationship, you're in it for a long time, you start to pick out the flaws of the other person. You start to say, that person sucks in this category. And next thing you know, they do. Universal law, the law of attraction. Now, here's what's really great. There's nowhere that you cannot get from where you currently are. Love it so much. There's nowhere that you cannot get from where you are. You can move if your relationship isn't in order, and if your spouse has become that, or your boyfriend, or your girlfriend, or your mother, or father, or any other relationship that you're having. All you have to do is think that person different, and they will be. Universal law. Love it so much. When you're concerned about things, Master, when you're worried about things, you're planning a future event. It's going to be a day that you say, I'm going to have no more worry. There's just no way that once I understand the law of attraction, that I'm going to spend any time worried about something. That makes no sense. You're going to have to take a stand sooner or later that people of the planet Earth are programmed to worry about everything. I'm worried there won't be enough money. I'm worried about the weather. I'm worried about Christmas. I'm worried about my vacation. Today's the day, Master, to make the decision to live with the people that no longer worry, or at least with the people that are actively working on that. Remember, every time you're concerned with something, your attention's on it. Every time you're worried about something, your attention's on it. Your job is to today decide that no longer is that going to happen, that it makes sense. That if I'm worried about something, I'm planning a future event. Can you imagine sitting down and saying, here, I'm going to plan a future event. And you get your piece of paper down and you say, I'm worried that my spouse will lose his job. You would never do that, would you? But when you're sitting about there thinking about that, when you're laying in bed concerned about that, when you're driving your car or talking to your friend, you're planning a future event. This could be a very exciting time. So don't worry that you are now creating your reality. That makes no sense. To find out, okay, I'm creating my reality, I'm worried. That makes no sense. In time, Master, practice, 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 and it'll get easier and easier. You're doing a good job. You're very impressive. Remember in the universe how much love there really is for you. Yeah, I know we've all been told we're bad. We're full of piss and vinegar. Have you ever been told that? You're rotten to the core. I always thought that was a good one. If you're told that things enough times, you start to believe it, but it wasn't true, Master. You're not rotten. You're goodness. You're not full of piss and vinegar. You're full of love. You're full of Creator. You're full of universal stuff. That's what you're full of. So it's time to redo, retool, rethink. Tell a new story. You know that story that you've been telling, Master? That story about how it goes in your life? Maybe it's time to tell a new one. Maybe you've told the story so long that nothing goes good for me. It never works out for me. I'm so unlucky. What if you started telling a new story? You're allowed to change it. You don't have to keep the same story over and over. You're allowed to be lucky. You're allowed to prosper. You're allowed to have love. You're allowed to have everything that you can desire. If you can imagine it, Master, you can have it. There's no question about that.